Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 20th of February. Let's just quick look at the news events that are due out today. We've already seen the Reserve Bank of Australia minutes, which they've sort of chatted about keeping open the idea of further rate increases, although there was comments that they believe that it will get to the normal, back to where it was, or the target 2% by 2025. So there we are, left alone. So it's sort of a back step on that. There's not a great deal happening here today in terms of news expectations, so a relatively quiet day. I'm just looking here. We should have had the UK data. No, that's next week, isn't it? Just checking. Nope. It's just okay. Yeah, right. Okay, we've got the monetary policy report hearings, which there we go. There it is. It's 10:15. So we've got the annual report, etc., at 10:15. So we could get a bit of volatility around the pound with that report being published, etc. Most of the stuff is probably known, but it's hard copy, and it, as I say, might just create some volatility. Right, the rest of this stuff is the Canadian inflation, wherever it's gone. Now it's there. That could certainly affect the Canadian dollar later. Otherwise, I expect more of the same. Right, let's get on and look at the technicals. Well, the technicals, the euro, it yesterday went up. It just came shy of the underside of my trend line here. Maybe my trend line slightly off, but it's around that area. I've got a regression channel sitting here that it's into at the moment, and it's been knocking on the door of. Question is it going to break down? The 4 hourlies picture here. Let me just get rid of that. That's it. Pull it back a bit so we can see a bit clearer. Okay. The key thing I'm looking at here is whether it breaks back below its weekly pivot, really, on the swing side of things. So the swing side of things, that's what I'd really want to see. Daily, we're already below the daily pivot, and it's looking on this shorter time frame. Well, break of these near-term lows here could see it roll in further. It will give us lower highs, and maybe it will just soften that a little bit further. It's got to, as I say, just watch out for this quarterly pivot again. But those prior lows, it might be just worth waiting for the whole lot there to be taken out. In fact, I'm going to pop an alert on that at the moment and just throw that in there. So there we go. That's the euro. The pound is a bit of a mess here. We do have the hearings later, so I would steer clear of this. And it's daily wise, it's a bit uncertain in terms of where it's going. And well, best thing is to leave it in my book. The yen still sort of heading northbound. I pointed out last night it's in this bit of a penalty price action. Maybe it could get stuck here. If we can break out through the highs of this, great. I'd rather be going with. There was talk again about interventions and things like this in terms of currencies. I really don't like being involved when it's, even if it's just muted or whatever else. It's not a place I want to be trading. Such Aussie dollar, the Aussie dollar slowing up a little bit here. It's actually just slowly coming short of my indicator, my alert there overnight. I was looking for the breaks again. Breakdown of the previous lows here would give me a lower high. Just looking at the shorter time frame, this bear flag that's appeared on the hourlies now. Ish. It's a bit ugly. But just waiting to see if we get a break down these numbers. Those minutes probably haven't done too much either side of it. There's not a great deal either way on the minutes. US dollar CAD, dare I say, it's pretty much the same as it was. It has softened a little, the US dollar, just pushing up that little bit more. Again, I've got an alert down here waiting for it to go from a swing point of view, but it's really just given a near-term higher low here, so going completely the opposite way to the way I was looking for. So it's just really in a horrible chop there at the moment. New Zealand dollar chop. it's waiting for the break. If we get the break of these highs, this is a 4-hourly chart with a quarterly pivot that's holding is giving us the resistance level at the moment. Still waiting to see if we can get a break of this sort of area, so I'm popping the alert back on there again. So a break above that would be rather nice. I'm just looking at where it is on the short time frame. Well, one of the questions, I guess, when you're running between a range is it going to break down again? Are we getting selling that's going to come down from here? Sorry, just come back to the 4-hourly. Is this selling going to carry on down back towards those lows? So it really needs to do something. It's double topped here, taken out the bottom of that. Looking at a tad soft on the hourlies here, but if it can start pushing up, as I said, the key point for the upside is the break of the quarterly pivot. If you can break the quarterly pivot, then I'm more likely to be in. US dollar Swissy this morning, well, again we've got one of these penancy patterns sort of starting to appear here. It's a bit of an uglyish one. I would expect further upside on this. It's tricky, crawling its way up there at the moment. Pretty ugly a couple of days ago there. Morning, John and Paul. Morning. Yeah, quite a mehe morning. It's working its way there, but that's all I can say there. It's so slow. Euro yen. I did warn about this yesterday, and I warn about it every day. Is don't stand in front of it. Yes, it will have corrections, etc. But there's a lot of strength seems to be still on it. We've still got that weakness of the yen. Got a bearish engulfing on the short term on the hourlies here. Could see more of a correction come from that, but again, I'm not looking as a seller. I'm only really looking as a buyer on this market at the moment. So patience there. Euro pound. We're sort of seeing things on the shorter time frame. The potential of it maybe coming back and bouncing further. I say shorter time frame. That's from the weekly time frame. Believe it or not. Actually, just looking. Click on here. There we go. I was looking at this last night. Potential swing side of things. Break above the monthly pivot would be a signal that we could see something more, but short term it's just getting into quite a mess, and it does this quite a lot because there's a lot of correlation between these currencies. So now to do there at this stage. Euro Aussie, same old going through here, ranging tight. It is given at times given sort of lower time frame sort of trendy movements, but look at the whips, or the frequency of this price action is too high for a lot of people. It will just take out their stops and then carry on in the original direction, in the original trend. Yeah, not interested at the moment. Okay, I'm going to run through the rest of these in a short while in the trading room. If you want to join, the link is if you're watching this on YouTube, your link is there. It runs up until 10 a.m. this morning, UK time, GMT. Right, that's that for a moment. Let's quick look across the markets and go and have a look at gold, oil. Gold first. So gold drifting its way back up. I was looking at this last night, and probably a different trend. Where was it? I thought I'd left a channel on this. I did, but it's disappeared. But it's in a descending channel at the moment, for sure. We can copy this across and drop it on the bottom there. You'll see the descending channel it's sitting in. Not looking particularly attractive for me to be trying to do anything with. It has on the intermediate time frames here put higher lows in, but and well, looks a bit more bullish on the hourlies there, but it's a few days with a lot of chop going on it. Maybe it has got more upside, but it needs to prove itself a bit more yet. Maybe, well, I'm not in a rush to get into it. Oil's just gone really, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, in the 6th day. Are we going to get a break now? We're starting to see this more bullish pattern upside down here, an inverted head and shouldery sort of bit of price action, ugly, and hard to spot for some, but we're seeing the knock on the door here, pushing to the upside. So perhaps we will eventually get the break to the upside. I expect this to start pushing back up though. Sentiment on oil from the bigger money has gone a bit more bullish, so hopefully we'll see something soon. S&P's obviously closed day yesterday, and today, well, at the moment just sorting themselves out a little bit here. It's finding support off the weekly pivot at this stage. Just come back to its weekly. I need to see this run for a little while just to see its intentions, but it has put a lower high in, and I'm sure people will be pointing towards a double top here, etc. And it hasn't actually double topped. It's got a lower high. If it does start breaking down, we could see a bigger correction here back down to the monthly pivot at some stage, but for me, I'll just wait until that happens and look for the buy side. Still sit on the buyer's side on that. The DAX, same old here, going through yesterday, very small day trading. It's coming back to its weekly pivot. It'll be nice to see what sort of reaction we've sort of air-kissed it at the moment in the previous 4-hour period. Descending channel running here on the low time frame. For me to be long on this, I'd rather see it back above its daily pivot to be sitting on the long side at the moment. It's looking rather iffy, and the FTSE, this is moved better yesterday. It's given the higher low, but it's almost a Gartley pattern, which is a bearish pattern, but well, it's not that far away from its highs, so it's a close call, but it's continued in that upward trend, if you call it a trend, that short intermediate upward trend. Anyway, looking like it's not too far away from its highs there. The risk, of course, there is we get selling coming on. We'll see how it goes for the other markets, but it finally got there towards it anyway. Right, I'm going to leave it here. I wish you a great day's trading. If you're watching on the YouTube, as I say, you can stream. You can come into the room. There's a link underneath the video if you wish, in which case I'll see you in the room, but otherwise I'll catch you later. Bye for now. There we go, that's the YouTubers gone. Right then.